want justice for your family member.
Getting somewhere. Well, guess what? My argument is simple, Tiffany. All I want is justice for my people. I want the people that caused this harm and this trauma and this pain and this hurt towards my people to know what it feels like. Right. I want them to know what it feels like to have their sons and daughters taken from them. I want them to know what it feels like to have their fathers to be sent into prison for a crime that they didn't even commit. I want them to know what it feels like to see their mother on drugs, man. That is justice according to God.
You gotta come back to your God. In America, the white man can sell all the drugs he wants to. As soon as he feels like it, he'll legalize crack. So this is what you do. You go to Planned Parenthood and you tell them to kill all the white babies and to leave my damn babies alone. How about that?
Something that your pastor would never tell you. Your pastor would never tell you that you're a murderer. That you're a filthy, disgusting scum of the earth. That you want to kill an innocent child.
Don't touch him, you back up. Take a step, one step. There you go. Let him come. Because if he crossed that line, it's on him. I just want it on camera. And I want everybody else to see what the brother looks like, man. He is ran and heavy all over. Hey, stand down. Hey, recover.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress. She a bombshell. Revenge is served cold. I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box. I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. That was designed fast for our babies to pass through. And the damn by King's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous. I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my house. Yes, you said, sir. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Testing, testing. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Come.
All right, all right. I'm coming through loud and clear.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear, Baba Kashad.
Come. I get you, Cliff.
You can hear me loud and clear. All right, all right. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
There you go, sir.
I in Christ. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Yahweh Shemar Aladah Ba'Shem Yahushua. I am priest and also Dawashab of the ISUBK. We started at a 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Been teaching the truth since 1969. Can't stop, won't stop until all the 12 tribes get raised up as a nation. Today's a Tuesday night brotherhood class, right? Brotherhood is the key essential to our survival, right? It is the glue to us building this nation and piecing everything together. You hear me?
Salakia, sir. You there?
All right. Yeah, so it's the glue to piecing everything together. So we're going to go through it. I got some brothers with me, man. I'm armed today. Most High in Christ. Big up the Trooper Kamar. I got Clyde in the building. Young man Fred. You know what I mean? All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Officer Nawanya Allah. Brother Pashai. Most High in Christ, man. The water for joining. The water, everybody. Trooper Mashad. All right. Shayara. Elder Charles, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Big up, man. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started right? So for today's class, man, we're gonna be breaking down. We're gonna get a thorough breakdown of Matthew 18 and 15. Right? This is the staple of brotherhood. This is something that we should all lock into, um, have it, in the back of your mind at all times.
Salakia,
Matthew
sir, what?
18 and 15 is essential. You can hear me?
Salakia. That's, that's chapter 18, verse 15, correct?
Yeah, Con. Before we get to that, I do want to bring out a few points, though. So we'll go ahead and bring a few points out. All right, let me just share my screen for this PowerPoint, and we'll get it started. But yeah, how's everybody been, man? Y'all talk to me, man. How's y'all day been going? How's y'all week? What's up?
Slack it.
Go ahead.
Everything is too wild. For the most part,
Most time,
like
correct.
shoot, I done heard opposite of copy say, shoot, same hell, different day. But we good, we too wild.
Damn right, brother. Damn right. Most High in Christ, that's good to hear. Same hell, different day, for real. Waiting for our presses. How about the rest of y'all, man? How y'all feeling? Y'all good? God said everything is good. That's what's up.
Salakia. Can't
Go
call
ahead.
it Tawab.
Can't call it Tawad. That's what's up. I hear that.
Salakia, sir, I have no complaints.
Right. Most High in Christ, man. All right. Of course, if you do, y'all know where to get the answers. You know where to get the help. That's here in the ICPK. So big yourselves up for you to be here. It takes a lot to separate yourself from the world. It takes a lot. So I definitely commend y'all for that. All right. So let me go ahead and share this. Matthew 18 and 15, man, we're going to thoroughly break it down. SSDD. I wish I knew what that meant, Charles, but I don't. But most High in Christ. All right. So what we're going to do is break this down and speak about conflict resolution. Right. So with us, with Matthew 18 and 15, it teaches us about conflict resolution. Right. So one thing that we have to understand that as a nation, conflicts are going to come about. Right. You want to think of Israel as vast as a nation is supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like outside of just it being an organization, right? The Lord promised Abraham that he was going to make him a nation as large as the sand of the sea and the stars in the sky, right? So with a multitude as great as that, guess what? Conflicts will come about, right? Because we're not all familiar with each other. We don't all know each other, right? Everybody is made with their own individual personality. You understand what I'm saying? God did not create us to be robots, right? We all have personalities that God instilled in us, right? But the thing that the Lord gave us is to be proactive on issues, right? Whether it's within the organization or outside the organization, right? This is something that does happen from time to time, and it's best to get it resolved. I'm gonna get a few examples of that. Let me get Luke 22 and 24, showing that even the disciples had petty disputes, right? Let's get Luke.
So yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 24. And there was also a strife among them.
There was a what?
A strife among them.
What's a strife? Can somebody give me the definition of a strife?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Like a plague.
Not necessarily, right? Who else want to give it a shot?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
like a fight.
Right, like a fight, debate, dispute, an argument, disagreement, however you want to put it. You know what I mean? Like the disciples were beefing. You know what I mean? They're having a disagreement with each other, right? And let's find out what it was over. Go ahead.
Con. Which of them, Salakia, which of them should be accounted the greatest?
Oh, what's the reason why?
Which of them should be accounted the greatest?
This is why they was having strife over pettiness, right? Right? They going back and forth about who's gonna be the greatest, which is vain, right? They looking for gratification from the Lord. They're looking to be glorified. They want to be the top dog. So in the dispute, they competing with each other in sort of way. All right. And how often does stuff like this happen? All right. Even outside of men that's supposed to be serving the Most High. Now, just as much as it happened outside, there is a possibility that can also happen within. And this is what we're reading about right now. These brothers who follow Christ, right, like Pashad said, began to be puffed up with pride, right, and going back and forth with each other about who's going to be the greatest, as if that is important. Right? We all working together to accomplish one goal. But what's important for us in pursuit of accomplishing this goal, that we maintain this brotherhood. Regardless of what level of disagreement you may be in, the Bible has an answer to it. It can be a simple dispute, or it can be escalated far beyond it. It can be where it could come to blows between two brothers. Well, guess what? The Bible has a resolution to it. The Bible is never without brotherhood in any form of disputes or strife. Brotherhood is always present, regardless what level of issue that you're in. So that's why it's important, especially as a nation, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we learn how to resolve our issues first rather than crashing out on each other. Right? Let's read on. And let me shout out the sisters that's in the chat. Shalom, sis. Mosai in Christ. Super Mashar Red. Shalom, sis. Shalom, sis. Super Amaz Red. Mosai in Christ. Everybody tuning in. Good to see y'all. It's been a minute. All right, let's continue on.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
What chapter was that again?
We in Luke 22, verse 24. Luke 22 and 24. All right, so before we get to Matthew 18 and 15, before we break that down, I just want to bring out a few points. Just bring a few things to light so we can have a clear understanding before we dissect Matthew 18 and 15. You know, I mean, we got to stop thinking of this as like a religion or a group or a fan club. This is a whole nation that's large in volume. So there is possibilities where people who don't know each other, who personalities clash, right, that can come about. But what we're gonna dissect is how to resolve those issues. Right? So this first point that I brought out is how the disciples even got in disputes, right? If you clear, Clyde, continue on, Triple Kumar. But if you need us to hold off, just let me know, Clyde, until you get it.
So I got Salakia, I'm there.
All right. I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. But you got it.
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
We in whatchamacallit now. If I could, sir, I finna tell him. Now we starting from verse 25.
Go ahead.
Come with Khan. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them,
Mm-hmm.
and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors.
Right. So Christ had to correct that quick. Right. He had to get their mind right on this issue. Y'all arguing about who gonna be better than who. Now, I'm better. Now I wrote with Christ better. Look at all the work I'm doing. You ain't doing nothing. Look at the work you doing. Right. This is not a competition between each other. Right. This is one thing that we have to understand. In order for us to build this nation, we're not in each other's competition. Right. The one thing that you're gonna find in this truth, your greatest enemy is gonna be yourself. The person that you should always be in competition with is the person that you view in the mirror. You understand what I'm saying? All right, not your brother. All right, the kings of the Gentiles, they exercise it. Meaning, this is how they do things. This is how they gain power. Right? You got Russia fighting against the U.S. You got NATO against the U.S. Right? You got all these heathen nations fighting against each other, even though they come from the same family. Right? This is not something that we should practice, especially being at the bottom. Right? We're trying to build ourselves up to being a nation. We can't do that if we're divided as a nation. And that's how Christ corrected the disciples. Right? But I just want to show you a little example that it does happen. Let me get another one. Let me get Galatians chapter 2. Galatians chapter 2, start me at verse 11.
It's a lot.
You got that from me, word?
Come with Khan.
All right, you can go ahead and read.
Is the book of Galatians, chapter 2, verse 11. But when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face, because he was to be blamed.
All right, so who is this speaking? Who's writing this letter?
Salakia. That Paul.
Right, this is Paul. Paul is what? A disciple of Christ, right?
Come.
All right. And who is he speaking against in this particular moment?
Salakia, it say Peter.
Peter. He's also a what?
Disciple, follower of
Right.
Christ.
He's another follower of Christ. All right, so it happens. It happens. Right? Paul said he had an issue with Peter, and what he did, he went to him about it. He went to him about the issue. All right? Not saying that it don't exist. We're all human. It happens. Sometimes personality clash. And he didn't like how Peter was portraying himself. Right? He thought Peter was causing division by how the way he moved. And Paul wanted to correct him about that or speak to him about that. I mean, and that's something notable to do. All right? Read on.
Come. For before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles. But when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision.
All right. So what Peter would do is he'll be around the brothers who used to be in the world and used to be Greeks, and used to live like a Roman and come back and change their life. Peter would hang with them. You know what I mean? They came back, they changed their life. Peter's around. But when James and them came around, you know what I'm saying? When the Jews came around, he acted like he wanted, a part of that clique. So Paul addressed them about it, right? So it was a little bit dispute. It did not cause them to break up. Peter did not go off and start his own fake Israelite group. Paul did not go off and start his own fake Israelite group. They didn't go back and forth and say who got the truth or who's real, who's gonna be God. That's not how it all happened. You know what I'm saying? They maintained their loyalty towards each other because Christ gave them that through Matthew 18 and 15. You understand what I'm saying?
Con,
All
con.
right. Let's drop that. Let's get some more. Let's say it escalates beyond than just speaking, than just words, right? The brotherhood don't stop there. Right? The brotherhood do not stop there. Let's go to, let me grab it. Exodus 21 and 18. And if anybody else want to read, you can go right ahead. Feel free to read. So if anybody else want to read, you can go right ahead. Going to Exodus 21 and 18, y'all.
Salakia,
Go ahead.
Exodus 21, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And if men strive together
Right.
and one,
Let me just pause you there real quick. What is strive together? What does that mean? Anybody know?
Salakia, sir,
Go ahead.
work together, like work together.
Nah, not necessarily. Matter of fact, let me just have you read on because they'll probably give you the context, and that way you'll know what it's talking about. But continue on. If he's still there, y'all can hear me.
Con, gay, sir.
I think the brother's phone might be jammed up. So if you're able to pick up where he left off, I appreciate that. Also, the one y'all said live together. Not necessarily, not necessarily. We're gonna read on so we can get some context. Get some context.
So, con.
Mm-hmm.
And if men strive together,
Mm-hmm.
and one smite another with a stone,
Mm-hmm.
or with his fist,
Mm-hmm.
and he die not,
Mm-hmm.
but keepeth his bed,
So what is this strive together talking about, y'all?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
is talking about fighting.
There you go. All right. Now the law is giving you the steps and the rules to do if two brothers fight. Right? Now we started out where we were just reading how amongst the disciples they had disputes, verbal disputes. But let's just say it just so happens to escalate beyond that. Well, guess what? There is still brotherhood that needs to be implemented. That doesn't mean all hell breaks loose, right? There's still law that prohibits you to be non-brotherly. That prohibits you to be non-brotherly, even if you're in a physical battle with a brother. Hand-to-hand combat. You hit him with a stone, you hit him with your fist. But he doesn't die, right? This fight y'all didn't kill each other in this fight. But the brother happened to be bedridden. Right? The brother happened to be bedridden. That's what it means when it says keepeth his bed. Right? You injured him to where he has to be, hospitalized or tend to, right? Or nursed to from home. All right? Read on. Kamar.
Salakia, sir.
Khan.
You want to continue? My bad. My fault.
Khan, please.
Con. If he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time,
He
and
shall
shall
do what?
only he shall pay for the loss of his time,
Uh-huh.
and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed.
Right. What is it saying? Who want to break that down? Want to give it a shot?
Salakia. That's like he's saying, the person who lost or got beat or got I'm about to say
Yeah.
con. You
Yeah.
basically gotta help that brother heal, like help him recover, like whatever it costs, like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta pay that, help the brother get back on his feet.
God. Damn right. You and Pashai is exactly right. So get them brothers in hand, right? That's what it means, right? So if you in a physical altercation, guess what? You are responsible for this brother's medical bill, right? Not only that, for the things that he also have to take care around the house. You are responsible for that. That should let you know that even in a physical altercation, brotherhood still exists, right? But what Christ came to do is to help us, give us the spirit behind the law so that we can even avoid all of this even happening, right? If we do Matthew 18 and 15 to its truest form, as if it is written, right, we will be able to avoid ever having any physical altercation with one another. But if so happens it ever gets to that point, right, there are retributions need to be made.
Salakia.
Go ahead. You gonna say something, Kumar?
Con, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And that's um and yeah, this is my first time seeing that law, but yeah, that lets you know right there that brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, that's that's down there, like the one of the biggest overall themes, I should say, when it come to the Bible. Like, you can't just you and a brother get into it, you know what I'm saying, it ain't over from there. You can't just, even if you know what I'm saying, y'all get into a confrontation, and whoever got beat or got done the worst, you know what I'm saying, you still have to be, you know what I'm saying, you have to be a brother. You can't just, you know what I'm saying. And it also, it'll also make niggas think twice about getting into altercations. You know what I'm saying? Because there will be repercussions. You have to help your brother. That, you know what I'm saying. That's what it's all about. So, and it's also, like what you say with Matthew. Before it even get to that point, you know what I'm saying. There's steps and different precautions that you could take, to avoid it, when we get to that point. So, it's what I'm saying, that's a heavy thing right there. That's a heavy law right there. It just let you know that the Bible is all about brotherhood.
Damn right. So the damn right. Brotherhood is everything. It's everything. Literally, it is everything. You know what I mean? And like also Nawayala said, the law stops us from being animals like our oppressor. Right?
Right.
This is why Christ had to check the disciples on that. Like the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship amongst each other. That's what they do. They don't care who they harm in order to get what they need to get. And this is the go ahead, Fred.
It's like, yeah, I just wanted to bring up. I just wanted to say something on this point.
Yeah, get
Uh,
down, soldier.
it's just what he's saying and what we saying. What you bringing up is heavy because the Bible is all about brotherhood. And then we look at the condition and the state that we in now. It just shows us how far away we are from it.
Mm,
Salakia.
damn, nah, that's real facts. That's heavy, brother. That is heavy, man. Because we are so far from this. So far from this. The minute somebody disappoints you, we ready to take it out to the full extent and try to make it a whole spectacle of disagreement. You get what I'm saying? Like we love to go to the full out extent when it comes to towards each other. You know what I mean? And we learn that from the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? We learn how to be cruel and hurtful towards each other because we've been under a cruel and hurtful beast. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna get to that too. Another side of this topic is the myth of black on black crime is a myth. We have laws such great as these that make sure that black on black crime does not happen. Who else do you know has laws like these? You understand what I'm saying? But still in all, they'll try to push the propaganda as if we are inherently violent when that is far from the truth. The greatest black man on this earth gave us the blueprint in order to resolve all our issues. We just have to follow to it. Take heed to it, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. This is how we fix our problems within our community. All right. You can drop that. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 22 and 22. All right. I want y'all to understand something, right?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
I just want to mention I'm at slavery at the moment, so it's going to be difficult for me to read.
Oh, okay, okay. No sweat, no sweat. I got a Trooper Kumar with me and Clyde. So I do appreciate you tuning in. So if you're
Con
able
out
to
of a con.
read, just let me know.
Con out of a con.
All right. But if any other
Salak,
brother want, oh, okay,
Salakia,
there you
sir.
go. Con.
Well, it was Ecclesiastes what now?
Ecclesiasticus 22 and 22. I got the verses all written out on the PowerPoint on the screen. If brothers want to take a look, y'all want to write these down, put these in your notes. You know what I'm saying? Always have these in the back of your mind because issues are going to come up. The inevitable. It's not an if or and or but. You know what I'm saying? Issues are going to come up. And you always want to maintain your level of brotherhood regardless of where the situation is at. Whether it's a high level situation of conflict or just a minor, simple verbal dispute, always keep brotherhood in the back of your mind. All right. So,
Salakia, sir.
uh-huh.
I'm the Ecclesiasticus chapter 22, verse 22, correct?
Calm, Babakasha.
All right, Salakia, Ecclesiasticus chapter 22, verse 22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation.
There may be what?
A reconciliation.
Right. If you get into some type of disagreement with a brother or sister, it doesn't mean that this person is your total and complete enemy. That doesn't mean that. And we have to stop this, right? As a nation. Like we have to stop feeding our psychosis and taking every issue that you have with a brother or a sister is your David and Saul moment. It's not that deep. All right, you're not David, and the person you have a disagreement with is not Saul. Nobody's out to get you. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You got to understand. People died behind David and Saul dispute. Y'all understand that, right?
Gone with Khan. You
You know what I'm
said
saying?
David. You
You said
said David
what?
and Saul.
Yeah,
Salaki.
David and Saul. Khan.
Gone with Khan.
People died behind that. You know what I'm saying? You having a little disagreement, y'all can't see eye to eye, doesn't mean is to that level at all. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we love to feed our psychosis, feed our egos, and thinking that it's of that level when it's not. There is a point of reconciliation. And allow the healing process to begin. All right? If you have a dispute, don't fear not. Don't run to the internet. Don't make subliminal messages, subliminal posts, all of that bull crap, all that weak stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just let the process of time take course so that way y'all can be brothers and sisters again. You understand me?
Gone with Khan, sir.
Right? Read on.
Except for upbraiding
Mm-hmm.
or pride
Mm-hmm.
or disclosing of secrets.
Right. These are the only things that can prevent you from having any reconciliation with the person that you have issues with. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You want to keep your ego out of it, keep pride out of it, keep revealing of secrets out of it, opening your mouth, subliminal posts, like I mentioned, all of that stuff. You want to keep that out of it. All right? You want to make sure it's a private affair between you and this person that y'all need fixing on. That's it's nothing more than that. Y'all had a disagreement, now it's time to fix it. That's it. Doesn't mean it's my crew against your crew. Doesn't mean I'm David, you're Saul. Doesn't mean we're the disciples who got to break up. I need to start my own group. I need to do this. Doesn't mean that. All right. There's ways to fixing it. And here's the thing as well. There is nothing wrong with setting boundaries as well too. You hear me?
Gone with Khan.
There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries, right? Now, the point of reconciliation doesn't mean y'all have to be buddy buddy and friends again and hang out all day and all that. It doesn't mean that, right? But what y'all need to do is maintain a level of respect towards each other. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same way where if you go into the white man's slavery, are you in there punching everybody that pissed you off at slavery? Who ever been pissed off at slavery before? Raise your hand. Anybody? Am I the only one that get upset with their managers, supervisors, co-workers
Come on.
All the time.
all the time? Let you go in there and punch one of them in the face. What you think is gonna happen to you in that slavery?
You're done.
Two things gonna
Like,
happen.
Go ahead.
You going to jail.
You go and you're going to jail. Facts. They're gonna lock you behind up as well too. You know what I'm saying? So the people that do rub you the wrong way at the slavery and kind of pisses you off or you have disagreements about of how things should be ran, right? You still maintain a level of professionalism and maintain some type of connection of being cordial, right? That's the only way you'll be able to be productive in your workspace. You know what I mean? Well, it's the same thing with dealing with your brothers, sisters, whether in the truth or out the truth.
That's
You understand what I'm saying? Keep that level of respect. Even if you're not as close as y'all used to be, right? Because you want to set those boundaries, it's completely fine. But when y'all see each other, salute each other. You understand what I'm saying? When you see each other, have respect. Want to ask each other questions, feel free to do so as many times as you need to do. All right. But one thing that won't be tolerated is you being petty, like a little broad, or being subtile and trying to have a back and forth with his brother or sister. That won't be tolerated. You understand what I'm saying?
gone with Khan.
All right. Any more on that? Any more? You still there with me, Clyde?
Somebody read me verse 21. That's a good one to read. Verse 21. It's where humbleness, forgiveness, and learning comes in. Most High in Christ, right? You know what I mean? It takes a lot of humility. Well, most people don't understand. I'm gonna just add this as a sidebar. It takes a lot of humility to serve God. Well, most people don't understand. I understand you want the glory, you want the power, you want all the accolades that come with being a man of God. But there's going to be many nights of you taking the low road in order for you to gain that gratification. You understand what I'm saying? And before you
Con,
step to God with your chest all out, right, and thinking that He owe you something, make sure whatever issues that you have with your brothers and sisters, that you're not treating them with that same way, with that same attitude, and looking at everybody as if they owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? Any sign of respect or kindness a brother can give to you or a sister can give to you, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You know, revere one another, big each other up. Right? There's nothing wrong with being a kind brother, right? Insecure man is a dangerous man. You understand what I'm saying? But a brother who keeps humility near to him is a brother that will be honored. Y'all with me?
Con out over con.
con,
All right. Read verse 21 if whoever got that. Somebody can read 21 because that's a good one too.
con.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus.
You still there? Come on. You hear me? Y'all hear me? Testing, testing.
Salakia, sir. Salakia.
Con,
I don't know why it's going in and out,
con.
bad,
I
but
hear you.
mine's doing the same thing. You keep dropping for some reason.
With Tawab on my end, Salakia.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it may be due to your connection or the area y'all in. But it's no sweat.
It, Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to just got a phone call, and like when I get a phone call, what it do? Like when I hang up or whatever, like if I send on a voicemail, like even if I do that, the audio for me on my end it'll cut out for a little bit, so I had to drop.
Con out over con.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no con. Yeah, that's no pressure, y'all. That's no pressure. Let's just pick up where we left off. We'll
Come
continue on.
gun.
Uh,
Ecclesiasticus 22:21. Though thou drewest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for there may be a returning to favor.
right. Even in that point of the conflict, where weapons is being in use now. You understand what I'm saying? Like y'all getting to the point where y'all ready to harm one another, right? Still in all, this is not your Saul and David moment. You get what I'm saying?
Uh,
The whole world is not against you, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's not that deep. You know, life goes on. All right, there is still reconciliation that could possibly happen. The only way that would hinder that if you have pride in your heart, your ego is filled up and thinking that you're bigger than the program when you're not. Nobody is bigger than the program. I'm here to tell you, from Commander Jenny Johanna on down, nobody's bigger than the program. We all have strict rules that we must abide by. You think Commander Jenny Johanna can go around and just treat everybody how he wants to? If he's having a bad day, just treat brothers like shit, treat sisters like shit. You think he can do shit like that? All right. Even himself, he keeps a level of discipline according to how the Lord required us to be. And as an example, we have to be the same way. The same way Commander Jenny Johanna is, we have to be that exact same way. You understand me?
come.
So if it ever escalates beyond just words, still keep brotherhood in your back pocket. Keep it in the back of your mind. All right, so let's get to Matthew 18 to 15. Let's break this down. We're gonna thoroughly dissect this word for word. This should be printed out on your doorstep. It should be painted on your walls. You should write a whole paragraph about this verse because this is the key to our brotherhood right here. All right, whoever got that, just let me know.
Salagia, sir.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 15.
Hmm.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Woo! I don't think y'all understand how powerful this verse is. We about to dismantle all the stigmas behind this verse, right? Because there's a lot of stigmas and stipulations that people put in place, but they put in front of this verse, right? They try to block it out because of things we've been through in the past, the traumas that affected us. That it's hard for us to have forgiveness in our heart, to remove the bitterness from our heart. It's hard for us to do stuff like that. So we put a stigma on going to him and him alone. We put a stigma on taking somebody to counsel. A lot of people have the wrong misconception of what it means to take somebody to counsel. It's not what you think it is, right? But your ego will tell you otherwise. So let's break this down. Let's start from the top one more again so we can thoroughly hear what you're saying. I hope y'all hearing what this brother is reading because this is vital. Read that one more time.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Whew, man, that should just give me chills about hearing it. That's how powerful that verse is, man. All right. Here's the stigma, though. Here's the problem behind it. Oftentimes, a brother or a sister, two things, right? They either don't want to throw that person they feel like they're throwing them under the bus by addressing them about the issue that could possibly escalate to a council, or they don't want to feel like as if they're being a bitch or they're being too soft or negative. You get what I'm saying? Right? That's the two things that people hold on to in refusing wanting to go to a brother to him or sister, him and him alone. When that's not the truth at all. That's not the truth at all. Right? For any instance, whatever it may be, if you feel disrespected by it, you are valid in you going up to that brother or sister alone. And that's in anything. There is nothing that should make you feel like, well, I'm just being a bitch. Right? Here's the thing you have to understand we all have personalities. Some people may take things differently than what the next man may take it as, or what the next sister may take it as. You know what I'm saying? That don't make you less than or above them. Either or. What makes you sound and perfect is you going to that person, them, and them alone, and not letting it fester inside of you. You understand me?
So, Con.
Con.
Right. If you have an issue, go to them and them alone. And it could be for any instance. Somebody say something that just rub you the wrong way. Don't run off to the brother that's next to you. Don't run off to the social media site. Don't run off to nobody else but to that person and say, man, I just didn't like your tone on how you said what you said. That's not wrong. Not being a bitch. That's not fake. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you trying to stir up some controversy. You had an issue with it. And
Salakia,
as a
sir.
brother, he should hear you out. Go ahead, Clyde.
So it's basically like, a lot of us, we do that, like if something happened in front of other people, we be quick to try to check a person rather than just hollering at them one on one. Basically, is what it's saying, right?
Right. Yeah, holla at them one on one. Just holla at them one on one. You know what I'm saying? And you should not feel invalidated behind it. Don't feel as if what you're doing is shameful because it's not. It's actually an act of love. If you really love this person, instead of it escalating beyond than a simple dispute, then you'll go to this person, them and them alone, so y'all can hash it out. That's the whole purpose behind it. For y'all to come to an agreement. And we're gonna read that in the verse, you know what I'm saying? But that's the whole purpose behind it. For y'all to come to an agreement. And it could be for anything. Anything that you feel disrespected behind. The only time it's an issue is when you don't address it. That's when it becomes an issue. Y'all with me?
Con,
Con.
con.
Con of a con.
Read on.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Now, what does it mean when it says, if he shall hear you? All right, he has an ear. He can hear you, right? I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless he's deaf, but, if he hears you, right? You got ears. For the most part, we all can hear. You know what I mean? Then you have gained that brother. What does that mean?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Like if y'all you go to him and him alone and y'all can come to an understanding.
Right. That comes to some sort of agreement,
Con.
right? You come to this person, you step to them, and you say, hey, man, how you spoke to me was wrong, man. Or what you did over there, man, I wasn't feeling that. If that person is not willing to hear your perspective on it and he gives you pushback, then guess what? That person does not hear you, right? The right thing to do is to always allow a brother or sister to express how they feel towards you or what you did to them, right? It's never ever wrong for you to hear them out, right? As a brother or sister, being brotherly or sisterly, you should hear them out. Give them an opportunity for their voice to be heard so you can hear their perspective on it. Like I said, we all have different personalities. To you, it might be light. Yeah, I did what you did, but you forgot about it 2 seconds ago. You know what I mean? You said what you said, you don't even remember it. Because to you, it's like, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's light. But hey, not everybody's you. You understand me? Not everybody's you. To you is a light thing. To the next person, they may be the most weightiest matter ever, and it's bothering them, and it's in their mind, and they can't get it out of their head until they speak to you about it. Well, speak to them, right? Hear them out. Let them say what they have to say, right? And if it's something that you do agree with, you know what? You're right. I should not have said that. I completely understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to apologize. I'm sorry. If there's anything else I can do to make you feel comfortable about it. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what a true brother would do, right? A true brother would do that, right? And not just, act as if you too big and high and mighty for somebody to step to you about something. Check your ego. Keep your ego in check. You know what I mean? You're not perfect all the time. You're gonna do things that are gonna piss people off. And when they come to you, you're obligated to hear them out because Christ said you are. All right? Read on.
Con. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of two or three witnesses every word may be established.
Right. Let me pause you there real quick, right? Give me 1 second.
Con. It's a lot, right? So if he doesn't hear you, now that means y'all don't come to an agreement when y'all spoke independently. Y'all don't come to an agreement. You express your viewpoint. This other party doesn't see it that way. He refuses to let it go. He refuses to apologize about it. You refuse to let it go. You don't accept their apology. Well, guess what you must do then? Don't stop there. It doesn't mean now all hell breaks loose. It doesn't mean all has failed. We're just mortal enemies now. It doesn't mean that. There's steps to this. Right? There's much more than just, you being in your feelings about it and harming one another. Right? The Bible says you should get some witnesses. Right? You should get a third party to intervene with the dispute. You know why? Because both of y'all only see things through your point of view. It's the only way. And it's human nature. Right? You see things from your point of view, they see things from their perspective. Well, why don't you get a third party from the outside looking in, and they'll be able to give you your viewpoint on it. So that way it can be resolved. Right? That's how it happens. Right? Read on.
Con. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
Right. A heathen man or a publican. Now, if you don't need it, if you need 2 or 3 witnesses, right, what you do, you'll take it to council. Right? The church is talking about the body of men, that rule over Israel. Right? You'll take it to council. Now, here's the stigma behind council. A lot of people think council, right, is 2 things. They think it's a I got you moment. Right? They think council is like, yeah, I got you now, nigga. Yeah, I'm about to, sell you out. This is not your opportunity to sell that brother or sister out. You know what I'm saying? This is not your gotcha moment, right? This is a process of resolution, right? This is the moment for y'all to resolve the issue because y'all two cannot agree on it. So you need a third party to resolve it for you, right? And also, it's not a sign of disloyalty by taking somebody to counsel. It's actually a sign of love, man, of respect if you take somebody to counsel. Right? Take that stigma out of your mind. Like it's wrong. There needs to be more counsels that needs to be made within the ISUBK if you have an issue with a brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer Hyman phone should be blowing up. I'm sure it does, night and day. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just being a punk and going to the internet about it or fighting each other about it, which we shouldn't be doing. Make that counsel if you're sincere about this brotherhood. If you're sincere about this sisterhood, man. Make that counsel. That stigma of you thinking that you're being a bitch or you being weak or you being soft about the issue is all in your head. It's Satan telling you that. You understand?
Con.
Right. And here's the thing. Even after counsel is where the judgment is made. Right? This is where it's completely hashed out. Whatever how is resolved. Right? The generals will make the decision. However it's resolved, it's resolved. Therefore, that does not mean after that you go to the internet and start hashing out your feelings about the council. Don't do that. Don't go on the internet and start making subliminal messages between this person because of the council and you don't like them. That's bitch nigga shit. Don't be a bitch. Salaki. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Be a man. Let shit go. You understand what I'm saying? Let it. Life goes on. Let it go. council is where the judgments get sealed at. From that point on, it should never be brought up again. The issue is gone and forgotten. You have your boundaries, the other person has their boundaries, and you continue on with life as that. Any other mentioning of it is a brother that's insincere about this brotherhood. It's a sister that's insincere about this brotherhood. You're not supposed to bring it back up because it got deaded in council, man. That's what it's all about. Conflict resolution. Making sure you get to a resolution with your conflicts, your issues, because they're going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But if you're holding on to it in the back of your mind and making your little comments about it, you know what I mean? That is somebody that's insincere about who they really are. Right? And a lot of times it's usually 9 times out of 10, right? It's usually the guilty party that won't let it go. Right? You ever been in a relationship with a woman that would do the same thing? She knows she dead ass wrong for whatever have went down. But because she knows she's wrong, instead of taking accountability for it, the guilt is whooping her ass. So she gonna bring it up every point time of the day.
Con, con,
Y'all know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not the only one. No. You know what I'm
con,
saying? You know, as a man, don't be that way. As a woman, in the truth, don't be that way. Right? You have an issue, you go to them and them alone. Y'all don't come to an agreement. You take it to counsel. You taking it to counsel is not a evil thing. It's not you being disloyal. It's not you throwing away the friendship. Neither is it a I got you moment. Now I'm gonna dispel all the truth and all the information is gonna be brought out. Neither is it that. It's an opportunity for y'all two disagreeing parties find a resolution. And once the judgment of resolution is made within that council, it is not to be brought up anymore. It's dead now. And if you want to form boundaries behind it, please do so. It's healthy to do so. It's more healthy and progressive to do so rather you being in your feelings all day about something. Y'all with me?
con.
Right. Because if so, you will be treated like a heathen or a publican. Now, what does that mean? There is consequences in this school for being unbrotherly or unsisterly. I hope y'all understand that. Right? There's fines that's made, there's judgments that's handed out for you not treating somebody with righteousness and respect. And depending how severe the issue is, you can be kicked out of the ISUPK. And you won't be treated like some other outcast that just, out there in the world. Shalom, brother. All right, hold your head, and we're gonna keep it pushing. You understand what I'm saying?
Con.
Because nobody's bigger than the program. Nobody is bigger than the program. I don't give a damn who the hell you think you are. All right. If you ain't acting right and a brother step to you about it, you know what I'm saying, it will be brought out. All right. So that's Matthew 18 and 15. Please highlight that verse, write that verse down, right? You need to do for you to remember it. Do not rely on your emotions. Do not rely on gossip. Do not rely on whatever it may be that's stopping you from going to that person. Whatever stigma that's in your mind about taking somebody to counsel, get it out. So that way things can be fixed, right? Let me read this comment. Pashai said, if they are too upset or angry, just don't want to hear anything you have to say or still disagree. Guess what, Pashai? Take the ass to counsel.
right? You go to them and them alone, nobody else is around, just y'all two. Y'all talking about it. Y'all trying to work it out. And they too angry. They don't want to hear you. They nah, nigga, f you. Yeah, okay. Take you to council, and that's that. Because there's no possible way y'all can come to an agreement. All right. And like I said, counsel is not an I got you moment. It's not for you to be like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna take you to counsel for that. Yeah. Nah. I'm gonna take you to counsel so we can resolve this, so we can be brothers again, so we can be sisters again, so we can move past this and continue on with our operation. That's why I will take it to counsel. Right? But if you ever step to somebody, for whatever reason, the last thing out of their mouth is, I apologize, you right, I'm sorry, take their ass to counsel. All right. Should never hold a grudge or low key feel some type of way about someone without trying to fix the problem. Facts. I mean, grudges, life is too short, man. Let me get one more verse and then we're going to move on to the next topic. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 9. Let me start at, you know what I mean? Hold on, let me grab it real quick. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9. 9 and 6. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 verse 6. All right.
Con out of a con.
All right.
Like, can you say 9 and 6?
Please, Baba Shah.
Con out of a con.
You got a word.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9 and verse 6. Give not thy soul unto harlots.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That
Ecclesiastes. I'm sorry. Ecclesiastes 9 and 6. I'm sorry. Even though that's a good one. Yeah, don't give yourself the hardest, y'all. All right. But let me get Ecclesiastes 9 and 6.
Con out of a con. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 6. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished.
Mm-hmm.
Neither have they any more portion forever in anything that is done under the sun.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's, yeah, gone, right? So this is talking about the process of death, right? After you gone, all the grudges that you held on to, all the animosity that you have for another brother or sister is not going to matter no more. You understand what I'm saying? You allowed this bitterness to live within you for you to have a miserable life. And when you're finally in the grave, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna give a damn. That issue is not gonna matter no more. Relieve yourself of that bitterness. Heal yourself. Learn how to heal. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very important for brothers and sisters to learn how to self-soothe themselves. Right? It's the same way with as a baby or an infant, right? They have soothing processes, right? When they're teething and stuff like that, they find ways to soothe the pain of teething by either, chewing on a pacifier, chewing on toys and stuff like that. It's a pattern of behavior that eventually develops in adulthood, right? Or where they're able to regulate their emotions. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same what we have to do here in this truth, right? Find ways to have an impact on your soul, right? If you're a brother with high stress, do things that lower that stress, right? You have anger issues, find things that help you manage that anger or channel that anger, healthy ways to channel that anger. You understand what I'm saying? Do not dump all your trauma and your hurt and your pain on everybody and you start to bleed on people that never cut you because you didn't want to heal from your pain. Right? Heal from your bitterness, because when you die, your love, your hatred, your envy, all of your emotions, things that you thought was important, that you thought was not important, all of that shit is not gonna matter when you die. Life goes on. All right. Let me drop that. Let's get to the next topic.
Babede. And anything y'all want to add, y'all can go right ahead.
Come on, sir.
Con, you wanted to say something, Warren?
Nah, I was just saying, yeah, Con.
Okay, Con, we'll sign credit. All right, so what we're gonna dive into is the myth of black on black crime. Black on black crime. I'm here to tell you, y'all, it is a lie. Right? We just brought out the resolution process. This things that can fix the issue within our community. So it's not like it's impossible for it to be done. I mean, but the thing is, we're being programmed through psychological warfare on how to hate each other. Right? And all of it is by design. Even the phrase itself is psychological warfare. The fact that it's phrased as black on black is all to promote you to be more hateful towards one another. Right? Here's the few things that we're going to dispel. Who's familiar with Charlie Kirk?
Con
All
Right? I didn't have time to do so, but I wanted to play the. Maybe, matter of fact, I probably could play the video of some of the things that he said about the black community, on the reason why we in the position that we in. But I didn't have time to put it on the PowerPoint. But let me see if I can just pull it up. Give me 1 second, y'all. See what I can find. Let's see if this is a good video. This is a random video I picked up, but the title looks like it's good enough to use for this class. So let me share my screen. All right, y'all bear with me. I appreciate y'all. All right. We're going to get through these lives. All right. All right. Let's play this video, y'all.
When segregation
I
ended,
can hear it.
right? Black
Con.
All right.
people, or when slavery ended, actually, black people were just forced wherever, right? So they had nowhere to go. And then there was laws put in place to put them into prison. And after,
It's okay. No. What's your name? Guys, what's your name? Jackson. It takes a lot of courage to come up here.
Yeah, no,
Let's just take a deep breath. Okay, I'm
I
not here to
know,
pick
I
on
need-
you,
No, I
and
know, I need
I
to get my
appreciate it.
thoughts together.
No, it's okay.
I
know
knew
that this can be very intimidating getting in a crowd like this. Just take a deep breath. Let me make your argument. I'm going to make your argument for you, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's wrong. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the
Okay, I
argument
want
that
to
is
have
being made, that you want to make, is that there's legacies of injustice.
Yes.
And that those legacies impact one generation after the other. And when those things get handed down, you have what is a system or a systemic issue that isn't just isolated in 2024. So the argument that you're making is that what happened in 1954 does impact 2024 of decade after decade after decade. Let me tell you my response to that. Of course, there is some truth to that. However, every culture, every person in this audience can point to issues that families or generations prior had that we're able to overcome. So the question is, why is it that Black America is one of the only populations, not in Native American populations, that have not been able to overcome?
Why is that? Can anybody answer me that before Charlie Kirk does? Why is that?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
First of all, our situation is completely unique and distinctive from anybody on this earth. From anybody who have been through anything, they've never been through what we've been through.
Right.
And the hand that did that to us is still on us. It's like
Facts. Get a brother a hand. All right. Right. Anybody else want to add a viewpoint?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say that just a little bit to what touch a little bit on what Fred was talking about. Even in this same video, he himself talk about a system that's been that's been happening since way back then, even before the day, even before what the day he was talking about it, you know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
been still continuing and going on, which he himself admitted in the video that there is, you know, that there is
Truth to it.
some truth to.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the same it's been the same story, the same kind of oppression that's been going on, you know, since hundreds and hundreds of years ago, you know. Only now it's just evolved into it's evolved into something different, you know, over the years. At one time it was physical slavery, it was, you know, such, and now it's all like you know, like what Fred has said, you know what I'm saying? It's the same folk. It's like literally the hand, the people, one of the people whose hand is still in it, whose hand is still a part of this system, you know, one of the people who benefit from this, from the people, his people, which built this system, you know what I'm saying, is speaking on it now. So it's like, and it's also like he don't even know nothing about, to be honest, because he speaks from such a place of privilege and power. He you know what I'm saying, he don't even know nothing about our situation. He can't even really touch on it like that, like you think he can.
Mm. Mm-mm. Get up, brother. Damn right, man. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's speaking from a position where he never had to experience it. So let's go ahead and see his viewpoint on why black people could not overcome from a privileged white man like Charlie Kirk. All right.
Such evil horrors and justices. Here's my perspective, and I want to hear what you have to say. Is that the number one way to keep people out of poverty, lower the crime rate, and have a better society is whether or not you have a mom and a dad around, which we agree that's an ideal. Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
So what happened in 1964 is that 25% of black youth were raised by a single mom.
Why is that? Here's the lack of accountability that America has. Now, who can answer me that? Why is it that there's no fathers in the home? Go ahead.
Salakia,
Mm-hmm.
because they the main ones who took the black father out of the home and replaced us with checks.
Mm. Facts. Nobody want to bring up the Section 8 program, right? Nobody want to bring that up.
They don't want to take accountability for what they know they did with
Right.
that.
Facts. You know what I mean? Nobody want to bring up mass incarceration. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to bring up abortion. Right? All these things are implemented systematically and making sure the father is not in the household. Right? Let's continue on.
Today, it's nearly 75%, about 70%. So that means that 1 in 4 black kids will have a father around. Only 1 in 4. That's the number one issue happening in the country, and it's not because of systemic racism. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
Okay.
That's a lot. That is
Shit.
a lot.
So I think we're
Let's
doing
see if we can get some more.
For 50 years, where America did become less racist, to 75% over 50 years, where from the government. I would love your perspective on this. Do you think in black culture, getting married and staying with one woman for your entire life is elevated and celebrated?
no, not at all.
I think that's the problem.
You see that, man? This man is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Hey, also no one yalla.
Shalom, y'all. Bashim Yasharakatum.
Shalom, Yahabashim Shabrakata.
How about Shem Shabakata?
Go ahead, Soldier. You wanted to add something? You
Nah, not
already
yet,
know
sir.
it. You sure?
Not yet,
Get
sir.
down, man. I already know you're ready to cut in on this devil. You know what I'm saying? Hey, give it up to also the one y'all, because he be pissing them devils off on them social media sites, man. You know what I'm saying? Brother, you know what I'm saying? Got back-to-back viral views of videos that show the true nature of this beast that America loves to avoid, including Charlie Kirk. And he avoided it so much it cost him his life.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I know you know. Go ahead.
Come, like these devils, I just can't seem to, I just can't seem to understand them. Like they destroy you, and they be like, man, what the hell is wrong with you? Why don't you pick yourself up? But the only reason I'm down is because you put me in this position.
Right.
Like like these devils and Charlie Kirk, like his way of unalignment, like it was so like the Lord was all in it, because soon as he was about to put the blame on blacks and Hispanics, that's when he got unalive. And now his white counterparts, shit, they trying to follow more in his footsteps. So go ahead.
Salakia, if I may, they in denial about their own people killing him.
Gone.
Yeah,
Gone.
man.
So you know they ain't gonna never say, well, yeah, due to our forefathers, that's the reason why Black America is just in the state that it's in. They ain't gonna never say that.
Facts, man. Yeah, man. They are colored in. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? This is what America refuses to realize, right? And it's gonna cost more and more other white American lives because they don't know the danger of what it is to be another white man with a gun. You know what I'm saying? They are the most violent people on this earth, but they teach you otherwise, black man. They teach you as if you are inherently violent, when that is far from the truth, man. All right, so enough of this beast. Let's get back to the PowerPoint. All right, right here. And anything you want to add, the one y'all, feel free to do so. Of course, any brother that's on the chat live already can do so as well.
Gone, sir.
Damn right, damn right. So, the myth of black on black crime, what we first have to understand is the criminals of the early 1900s, right? Prior to it ever being a stat of black on black crime, who were the majority of crimes being committed by? Right? Gang violence was not a thing of black culture at one point in America, right? Who was the number one gangsters? Do anybody know?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Would it be the Italians?
Give the brother a hand. The Italians, the Irish, the Jewish, right? The mob, the mafia. During the Prohibition era is when all of these groups start to form, right? As America economy started to tank, guess what the white man resulted to? To working
Violence.
hard. Thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? To criminality. That's what he resulted to, right? Because poverty promotes crime. It's not a black issue. Everybody does it. When America economy was tanking in the early 1900s, right? During the Great Depression and the Prohibition and when liquor was outlawed and all of that stuff, guess what? The white man resulted to crime to maintain his communities. But don't nobody look back and say, well, what about white on white crime? What about what they did to become successful? Nobody brings that up. They don't even have a phrase for it. It's not even called Italian on Italian crime. It's not called Jewish on Jewish crime. It's not called Irish on Irish crime, mafia on mafia. It's not even called that. They sensationalize it and glorify it and call them gangsters. And our people mimic that behavior. So this is why we're criminals today. You understand what I'm saying?
Gone.
Right? Another thing that we need to take account for is violence prior to the Civil Rights Bill. The Civil Rights Bill was for what? What did we march on Washington for?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Freedom and equal rights.
freedom and equal rights. And how do we thought that could be done? By integrating with the white man, right? We became one with America because of the Civil Rights Bill, right? Well, here's the thing. This is how we learn to be violent from. Because prior to the Civil Rights Bill passing, the rate that black men was harming one another was at a so much of a low rate that they didn't even have a phrase for it. You know why? Because we understood who the enemy was. It was easy for us to identify who the enemy was. We could look at another black man and tell he ain't the enemy. You know why? 'Cause he ain't the one that's lynching me. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't the one that's imposing redlining on me. He's not the one that established these Jim Crow laws. He's not disenfranchising me. He's not burning down my neighborhood. They knew all these things was being done at the hands of the oppressor. So by default, we had no choice but to get along with each other. You understand what I'm saying? But it wasn't until some man named Martin Luther King sold you a dream and lied to you and made you believe by integrating with white America that somehow it will alleviate all our problems when it only made things worse. It only made things worse. I'm going to hip you to something. Everybody, every nation commits crime against people that's within their proximity. Every nation. A Chinese man is in conflict with people where? In China. You understand what I'm saying? A Nigerian man is most likely is gonna have conflict with people that's where? In Nigeria. It makes sense. The people that you're commonly around is the people you're more likely to have issues with. It's basic common sense. But when it comes to black people, we are taught it's only an isolated issue when that is a lie. These white folks unalive each other at a lot. Do we have to bring up the news? Who unalived Charlie Kirk? Who's doing all these mass shootings? You don't think white people unalive each other? They do. They do it because that's who they are around the most. Well, black people, we do the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? We're not inherently violent. We've been taught the wrong way, right? And anything y'all want to add as well too, feel free to do so. I'm gonna add and go to the next point. Wealthy black communities, right? Howard University. Can anybody tell me the year or the circa year it was established? Anybody?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I looked it up to say it was founded in 1867.
And when?
1867.
When did the Civil Rights Bill get passed? Anybody know?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
1964.
In 1964, years ago, after we established a prominent black university, years after that, in the 1960s, we made an agreement with the white man and called it the Civil Rights Bill. And ever since then, we have been underfunded in our education system. How is it that we were able to build the most prominent black university when we had no rights to us having no financial education after we obtain rights. How is that possible? Anybody? How do we do that?
Salakia, what was your question, sir?
Howard University was established around the 1800s, right? How is it that we was able to establish the most prominent black university when we had no rights? But after the Civil Rights Bill passed during the 1960s, we can't even get funding for our schools even after we have rights. Yeah, I get my
Salaki.
question? Or is it, y'all get my question? Go ahead, Triple Kamar.
I was about to say Salakia because before it was integrated, before we we were separate. When we were separate from them, that's when we were doing the best. That's when we were really thriving. It's only like after integration, after trying to conjoin with them, people who hate us, then that's when things like our education system and a list of other things in our community start to decline.
Right, right? It's because we had no choice but to rely on each other.
Kind,
You understand what I'm saying?
kind.
Brotherhood is what built that school. Brotherhood is what built those businesses. Brotherhood is what built those hospitals. What built those banks. What built those houses. Brotherhood is what built up the whole community. And because we had no choice but to rely on each other, guess what? We was able to thrive because of it. That should tell you something, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. That should tell you something. The issue is not entirely you. Yes, we do have issues amongst each other. And like we brought out in the first topic on how to resolve those things, yes, we have issues. But the blame is not entirely on your fault. It's not. We have to understand the root of our issues. And if you dig deep enough in the soil to get to the root of the black issues in America, you will find the white man at the bottom of it all. America created this system for us to hate each other. And yes, it is a system, right? And that alludes to my second point, psychological warfare. That's the game that's being played on these young black children's minds. When you teach them about black on black crime, when you make up bogus stats about the percentages of how much crime is being committed in the nation.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
And if you think about it, sir, that's witchcraft. They're
Fact.
warlocks at the end of the day.
Right.
Doing witchcraft on us. And
Right.
if you think, and honestly, their stats are wrong. Because if you know, the FBI is the ones who comes up with those numbers. And we already
Right.
know who they are. And
Fact.
and it don't even make sense for them to say black on black crime. They don't do that for any other nation, any other
Right.
people. And it shouldn't even be considered crime because crime is universal. It's done to everybody. Like when we doing it to ourselves, it shouldn't be called crime. So like,
Damn right. Man, get a brother in here. Brother in here. Right. It is nigh onto witchcraft, right? If you pushing this propaganda, what do you think how do you think that's going to relate to a young black mind? If you constantly tell them that they're the reason, that they're to blame, that they make up the majority of the crime in America, that they're the reason why there's no fathers in the home, that you have an issue with being violent, how do you think that's going to impact a young child's mind? You think they're going to be progressive when they become an adult? You think that teaches them self-love and self-esteem? Not at all. Right? You're doing the exact opposite. Right? And this is the lies that's being told on us. Black on black crime is a myth. It's not true. These stats, these percentages are all a lie. They're not true. Right? There was a system behind mass incarceration. This is why black men are being incarcerated at the rate that they are. It's the system behind that. All that is a lie. Oh, also, y'all, what's up? What's going on, soldier?
Shalom, Lord Christ, Adawan.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, man. You wanted to add something?
Shalom, Lord of Christ.
I will lie, sir. I'm just listening in while I jump on this homework.
Oh, man. Most High in Christ, man. Feel free to add anything, man.
Con, sir.
Damn right, man. Big up. Also, y'all was hot in the building. My brother holding down Gainesville right now as we speak, man. You know what I mean? And all of this that we're speaking about, right, is nothing but the facts on how they destroyed the black community. Because before the phrase black on black crime was a thing, or the civil rights bill ever passed, right, we had thriving communities and was able to get along with each other. Did you know Orlando, right here in Paramore, in Orlando, that Paramore was once known as Black Harlem? It was the Harlem of Orlando. That's how thriving it was. Ocoee. You ever heard of Ocoee?
Lies, sir.
Ocoee, Florida, which is like 20 minutes away from Orlando, 10 minutes away from Orlando, was a thriving black community. How many of y'all want to bet what happened to it? Y'all want to bet what happened to it? Do you think black on black crime is the reason why it don't exist no more?
Lie.
Why do you, who want to tell me why it don't exist anymore?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Them damn devils, them oppressors done trampled it underfoot.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Nobody want to bring up that fact. Nobody want to bring up the fact on how they marched in our neighborhoods, burned down the stores, burnt down our businesses, lynched hundreds of black men, and destroyed, completely obliterated the neighborhood. Nobody want to bring that up, but yet they want to say it's you to blame. When that is psychological warfare. And I'm sure it's the same thing in Gainesville as well, too, right? Y'all, what's up? I'm sure it was a thriving community.
Right around the corner from Gainesville, Rosewood, obviously.
Rosewood. Right? They made a whole movie about it, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how we was functioning before the beast sold us this lie. All right, so let's get a few verses on this. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 13 and 15. All right, let me get
Salaki.
Ecclesiasticus 13 and 15. You got it.
Somebody else said Salaki.
Nah, you got it. You got it, so.
Khan. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 15. Every beast loveth his light, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Right. Every beast loveth his life. What does that mean?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Nobody, nothing want to die.
Which is true, right? Right. But every beast, think about it. Like, think about it in the simplest way is put. Right? A beast represent animals, right?
Okay.
Right? Guess what? Mankind, we are animals or mammals too, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes in the animal kingdom, you'll see a duck flying with who?
Salakia, duck.
With another duck. Right? Crows are around other crows. Right? Wolves hang around other wolves, lions around other lions. It's nature. It's natural. Nature meaning natural. Well, it's no different when it comes to the human population as well, too. Yes, we have more intelligence than animals, but yet we also find more commonality with people that what? Look like us, that share the same experiences, that share the same blood. You know why? Because it's natural. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Every beast likes its own kind. We should have never wanted to join with white America because that's where black on black crime came from. We have to like our own kind first before we can love anybody else. Read on.
Okay. All flesh conserveth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
Read on.
Okay. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
What fellowship has it? You will not find a wolf hanging around. You will not find a lamb. Let me put it the other way around. A lamb hanging around a wolf. Why is that?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
That's not his kind.
That's not his kind. All right. And to the lamb, what does the wolf represent to him?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
A predator.
A predator. One is a predator and one is a prey. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, if you examine us in our condition, in our state right now, too, it's the same thing. We have been praised the prey here in America. These nations prey on us. And your oppressor is the predator. And that's the problem. We don't see him that way. We don't see him as the beast that he is. He's the wolf. And we're the lost sheep. And we have to do what? Separate from this beast. Not just physically, but even in ideology. Don't believe the stats that he tells you. Don't believe the black on black crime myth that he lies to you about. Don't believe none of that stuff. Because that's only going to create more self hatred within yourself, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. It's gonna increase violence amongst each other. Because it's gonna teach you that a black life is not valuable. But according to God, a black life is the most precious thing on this earth. More valuable than anybody else's. But we won't believe that if we're given into the white man's philosophy. Right? Drop that. This is the last verse. Let me get Second Thessalonians chapter 2. Start me at verse 3.
Salakia.
Got that? Anybody else want to read? Did you read? You read last time, right? Now, come on.
Okay.
Nah, you're doing a hell of a job, man. The Most High Christ. Wonderful reading. I just want to give other brothers an opportunity if they wanted to. If y'all want to read, if any other brother want to read, I can go right ahead.
Okay, sir.
If not, then you got it. You got it. Come on.
And so like you said, Second Thessalonians.
Salakia. Oh,
That
go
he
ahead.
go ahead, Fred.
Khan out of Wakan. This is the book of Salakia. This is the book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 3.
Mhm.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you about who you are, about your culture. Right? Black on black crime is a myth. Read on.
Khan out of Wakan. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
Mhm.
and that man of sin be revealed.
And that who?
That man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin be revealed. Let's examine who that man of sin is, because it can't be us. Right? If I can quote the great Malcolm X, right? We did not land on Plymouth Rock, but Plymouth Rock landed on us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put us in this position. We didn't put ourselves in this position. Right? Read on. Who is this man of sin?
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition. Read on.
Khan out of Wakan. Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
That is what?
That is called God.
All that is called God. Guess what? We, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, we are the gods of this earth, as it says in Psalms 82 and 6. We are the powers of this earth. But there is somebody that wants to exalt themselves above us and make themselves out to be something that they're not when they're supposed to be under us. Right? But to make sure that you never rise above, they tell you lies about your culture, about black on black crime, when all of it is a myth. Right? Read on.
Khan out of Wakan. Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God,
Mm-hmm.
showing himself that he is God.
Showing himself that he's what?
That he is God.
Now, who is this man of sin? Can anybody tell me? Who do you think it is to be?
Salak,
Go ahead.
the so-called white man, the oppressor.
Oh, man, you just won $1 million winner. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else is out there parading themselves as God in the image of Jesus Christ, right? You don't see no East Indian Jesus Christ. You don't see no Oriental Jesus Christ. Show me one image of some Arab Jesus Christ. Show me it. Every depiction of Christ, whether it's in the movies, whether it's a painting, whether it's in their shows, or even a play that they do, every depiction that you have ever known as a black man in America has always been the white man. And you think that's coincidence? No, it's called psychological warfare. He's the one that taught you everything of bad about yourself and taught you everything great about himself. When it's all a lie. There is nothing great about this oppressor and how he founded this country and the reason of his success. Everything that he gained was him being a criminal. He is the author of criminality, not you, black man. You're just following after his footsteps. And the time will be revealed where everybody on this earth will know that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And with that, the water, man, the water, most side Christ, big up. Awesome, y'all, what's up? Awesome, the one, y'all. Trooper Kamar, Young Man Clyde, Young Man Fred, right? The water, man. All y'all brothers holding on, man. Stay strong. Camp will be going down this weekend. You can hear us live in public. We're going to be in downtown Orlando, blazing the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Raising our people up the same way all the great men that fought for the rights of black people to be free in America. They did it first on a wooden box and telling the people what they needed here. You know what I mean? Well, the revolution has never died. It never died, and it never will die as long as Commander General Yohana is here. You understand what I'm saying? We are leading up the pulse of the new revolution where black man is going to take their independence back from this beast. So with that, say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Yashala.